This video, we are titled 48 hours after the flood because there are lots of interesting developments that are popping up so far. The number of people are ensuing, and I'm so much as the politicians are stepping out, just more visitors to various areas, or more relief items, and my man for streets, and so any day I home, and you know, I have gossip for myself. So being your subscribe button, so now click a bell notification icon. So now that I follow you, your Facebook, your Instagram, your Southward Twitter at gossip24.com and gossip24 TV. So also the August 24 studios. I will honor my light and it came amazing work. I will honor my no dear. I wish me, and I'm working on her honor. Me do so level near, but ever back to command so. 80 and now you're in India. That's I say in so some parts of Accra. So far, now Abeda Bonte say any back 12 and I confirm so much and also much sure more due to Insuya and a lot of us attributed flood to various reasons. One, and it's a for everybody in waterways, maybe your money permit and the other one, and it say and for a top baller at good and so and you would think say okay, insuya yiri ama nkofo ahwere mokwa amanfo ejapade asay afa amanfo nyoma edeko. Enti some of the habits aye ntimi before no de no. Ye betumi ejai na aban ne so aye na afemu de, right? But that appears to me before ni bi mu such a because I've come across a lot of videos. One of them is this particular video. What say two gentlemen. No, at this moment I can't call them gentlemen. There's a more two baller and ye good got them. Almost see jai still ano. Omo person be jai.
But what are we crossing for Arsenal? What are we crossing for Arsenal? Amudim dara. Ah. Okotuaku arani.
And another, this particular gentleman, just a big gun and a record here from Cheado. What we say, baller when the few. And on much I bet to first time, second time, third time, no answer bet to go. Cheado Nakasa Muno, I a friend Cheado. And your baby, what say? Ghana for as to me before no, ye sit down crowd or honorable. Now so, almost sit down or ho. Ama insure a yiri, insure a yiri no. Okobane guswa to baller every good got him.
What did they do there? No good. No good. Because the more than
block again, then you go count flood again.
Is it? Only this one is finished.
We saw you. I see the trial. We third time this, so we don't watch you.
No good.
We don't watch you. We don't cause the same problem. Oh. Can't let this thing continue. The authorities in charge of these things, not more Ghana police challenge for cash.
Then there's another video. I know so internet. So I maybe the way it happened in the Western region, perhaps in Accra. Or not to appear for the kiosk mo at the baller. Baby good God him.
Messi baller, madam. Shawala baller, but we have got him. Shawala we have got him. And the Messi, I have not had it to end with him. Messi mucho for you, Mamma SCA about you, you baby. Shawala we have got him. Baller. Man can cost us a mention. Oh, you should have robbers. I didn't tell from Booty's casing. I didn't tell from Booty's casing. Yo, mini baby at some Messi, my battle. Some mental, my Messi, my battle. Quackadokios in my ball.
There's a video of a man. Sir, volunteer groups, be almost say Bastard Boys, right? Almost your mafia, send a baby boy mine, or more you got a smooth idea. Pay a park in a car, and you see pavement so. And on my so the ania a good quine home. Papa in the car also gata no and function. And I'm like, you are one of the reasons into a gata no and function. Oh, what's a police? Action.
Yes, what should I say? Obina or Tom Abuba, any of your say. Oh, baby, a pavement in the wall. Now who baby abubani ariani wana in so ni to a na san so ya wash abubani ariani ya ko gugu ota ni mu ba. See by na chance say yo what park your car on pavement, that is one. Move your car so that we'll be able to seal the place. Or say he can't move the car. Another thing, ariani abubani how they go on so to a it washes them all back to the gutter. And also a person all move ariani ko ne Accra. He says he doesn't have anywhere he will move the sand to, so he should be there. That is why we are here. No. Is that a right place for the this is pavement? Is that a right place for the this is pavement? What about if I can't here? To my brother. What about if I park the car here? This is pavement. No, you know what to do something. I know what. You know what is going on. You know what happened. Not to that place. Look, not to know. You know what is this? Look at the gutter. It's not functioning.
The house last Pamas Eguso more serve Ghana for Misrao. So pay Biane for birthday party, outdoor engagement, or your wedding be event be a way be and say a conference, say a summit be and a coso. Myself a kitchen no SL last Pamas for and stuff. And I'm saying screen no regardless of how huge or how small your budget is, last Pamas for and better as at discuss it. Diania we hear pastries now pay dear now pay last Pamas will make sure so we events be a success. Only Diane and a be a magic no.
This gutter is not fine. Go and check the So this thing will stop you from working. We are not going to leave it. No, don't go ahead.
But then this is the country we live in, right? Because me who a video me bra penny kufi or say a share on Facebook. Because Accra, for the first time, Nifie insure eba honomo. And it's not as if say or no personally no. We see the die and answer or today you see our water we. But or reveal bibi e dey check Ghana for. How am I for says ya dying our waterways muntino. Insure no nya baby fa na insure no affect omo ni waterway mumpo. And this video is an interesting video because it tells you how weak some of our enforcement agencies are in this country. People are sleeping on their jobs.
So this morning, I've taken time out to do a video here, right? So as you can see, right, I'm going to zoom into one particular building. You see this building? Right from this building all the way to the back. It was a mangrove. It was a mangrove like this. That is where all the runoff water in Malam used to go. Before we could realize, factories, industries, showrooms have come to settle there. Look at this wall, right? You see what it's doing? It is blocking water from going. So the water is stuck. So every water that was supposed to go through that side is not going anymore. As you can see, all the buildings you see here, all of them, they were in mangroves. They were mangroves that went as far as Dansuman to join the Lafa. All these buildings you are seeing, all of them, I mean all of them. All of them. Look, you can see the back of it, you can tell, right? And then this is what they started doing, right? This is rubbish. So they fill, they pour sand, and then they claim the land. They fill, they pour sand, and then they claim the land. That is what has been going on for the longest time, as you can see. So all the rubbish that you were seeing last week, this is where they are pouring it. They are pouring it to come and reclaim the land. So the cause of the flood is not that some of us built in waterways. It is because some people have refused to act. It is because people who were given leadership positions have refused to act. And that's what's happening, right? The last house here used to be at, let's say, by distance, let's say Accra Mall. Now, after Accra Mall, it goes all the way to like Ministries because people have reclaimed the land and built from there. Yep. That is the unfortunate part of all this. If leaders want to work, if His Excellency John Dramani Mahama wants to work, we know the cause. Even I, from this distance, know the cause. All these houses have been built illegally. All of them.
People are sleeping on their jobs because social media could feel say share, right? But Musa mo the ball out good honomo. And what might say insume and on the ball a go into ball and never cook for me a ball and necessary. Now, as I see my idea, woman, no more area about the fail so now Omaka say oh we dey ebusa we asase we dey ebusa we asase no ma hyase eche no ma hyase eche na nkofo akwakoto na langat ebu amanfo to ho langat gidigi fi wo ho. This is the country we live in. And now was screening right, because this reminds me of a story. Tell my story. I share a video of Sentuo Oil and say His Excellency John Dramani Mahama Kosra more there suburb from some more baby expansion yeah then good. Tell my story share a video of Sentuo Oil. Now Sentuo Oil video of company I just say insuo etoyi insuo na affect you more. So video no great, but it will interest you to know say a man na omusi Sentuo Oil no. Right, in the year 2021, and the date is 22nd of April 2021, City News for a final out from EPA say, Sentuo Oil baby musi building way. You need say one more directive say, omu to me ANC or contractor and the Chinese contractor na project insurance and on to me ANC factory ne ewo honomo. Now then still our omusi EPA for SA. Omaka Sentuo Oil say 96-acre land no. A wetland. Maybe on person we project one. A wetland na some we project no hono ma enye yi. Omu bu so ekọ so ye project no. Ene His Excellency John Dramani Mahama dia so akọkọbọ ho. A omu ba be expansion of the project. Insuo to ye no project no. Insuo afa ho. Insuo na ho was screen so no. Enye se obi say evidence in that screen so no. And from 2021 EPA for Accra say omu ni ho kwan so omu si ho na because maybe omu be see project no no a wetland was but omu si omu won in 2021 afeni year 2026 inso to ye eyiri omu si omu ba expansion. This is the country we live in. Ghana no eno nie iti aden na a political class no ebetumi aye ye betumi aba ni sele Kuku MP Honorable Benjamin Ebeko akakosra the constituency no obekakosra wo no akache omo se mo prepare na insuo no more ba o enti mo prepare eno ano no
Chairman Basa no no yasa no kwanju why but so never start to be enti mo se mo thank you hello moso eka mo gusa why hello gusa why but so be ampra Mukash and Mukash. Oh, but I change the pen. Why? Mama, why?
Ori ye no okwasira papa ba akọ papa na complain papa na ka che no o say this time the bed demolition na to bo ase.
Zero problem, honorable. With all humility.
The touching blog.
I understand. Sometimes when you look at others, we are better off. But it's just what you're saying. We'll see. But this are going to demolish houses. So I'll tell you.
Let's do. There are certain buildings, yes, but let's do.
The ones is the water
Wait, please, so messy, and I've never experienced some before. It's been raining all the time. It's not bad a company. It's not nice. You wouldn't have to report us. The causes. We are not dredging for 2 years. Honorable, I know you'll be doing it, but for 2 years consecutively, we never dredge this thing.
No, we take
2 years, we never dredge. And that side, we have allowed the Laboma people. It's another cost.
Yes. We'll do it.
I came here since 2011. I've never seen this thing before.
The rains are coming again.
Yes. So what is the way forward?
Be careful. These 2 days cannot do anything. 2 days cannot do anything. But that's why I'm going around assessing.
Honorable, see, we cannot even get common water to wash down. Water is not even flowing. Common water.
I'll call the water people.
I said though.
They may open today or tomorrow.
Common water.
No, I've spoken with them.
With this disaster, look, I don't have any dress.
I've spoken with them, please.
The frustration was too much.
And one bet me. And one bet me. And one honorable John Melos bet me. So special boots. No, I call constituents no more. Akwa sra mo ene omekoko di komo so be demolition ene de kaka on eno anu betumi aye
de ka be ko kwa Ah, on saw
Mana boot mega ball.
on saw me to be a Chinese.
Mega ball.
Honorable.
Everyday. Everyday.
Say Greater Accra Regional Minister. On be bisano about flood. No other response, Beba. So, MCs no, district assemblies no, any idea, or money nadmo, kasa.
In Accra and across other parts of the country, are we prepared for these rains?
Oh yes, we are prepared. As far as RCC and myself are concerned, we are doing some. We've tasked all the NADMO directors at their various districts. I mean, to educate people as to the whatever we will be expecting. I mean, from the Accra Metro. I mean, they should let people know. I mean, the heavy downpour that we'll be receiving in the previous days, so that they will be prepared. And so we are ever ready, like you said. His Excellency has directed. Chunk of the MCs are desilting. I mean, they are doing dredging. The task force at their various places, trying to make sure that the debris, they take care of the debris. And so this is what we are trying to do. And like we said, in the previous weeks, there is also going to be a demolition exercise, because we've earmarked some of the houses that we think that needs to be demolished, so that we can make way for easy flow of water when it rains. So I wouldn't have such a disaster anymore.
And one on betumi say former Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ebe ko rounds ebe ka consensus ati memufo akọ Odo River ne ho akọ kopiemu ewo alajo akọ hemfa akọ sasa mo
e mai se na ba ya isho na beba no isho de yida e san se gata wi eti na ebu afaso e na haye ti nyame adom wo bai na gata wi isho na wa hwe na wa ye bi nyina ama e kama ni se aha ye ndo so area bi a the whole Ghana the whole Accra we mazia hand the second place aha your machine shows the bree ya nkofo boka e di machine sabe gumi
na nkofo so fanfuli
enu ya kan we dey enu dey mfa ya we dey an say mo be kwan na mai ba omi anu ne dom it is impossible ba omi anu ne dom kwan ni nyina asay aha ana obehwe dey ko gabe why dey the body guys ba omi anu ne kopo mo ba ju ne mumra na mumewe mumeye mai eya se mo baba ansa mo nya ansa na maba onye kwa na mo ansa waba o na o ka obenya asem ya hwe ba omi anu waba na ya hwe de obeye se okodu fi oba man kofo abeye kwa na man e de ya de ani se kwa na mo ya mai keke e de ya ntwe se obaba ansa oba abeye mai dabi kwani nyina na ase ya se mo me ma epe ko na mo nko mo ya ma enko ade asem bi eni wo ye be we wa ba hwe de awko ya ma wo ma ya ma yo na nka se wo twa 8 years na 4 years na wa ba ya ma mo ya ma asisi ana mo nko o ya ma ya sa wa ko Bawumia ne do mo ya ma ya sa ma ko obi ewuda afitan no ya frasa obi amba oda obi ewuda afitan no ya report sa amuma me hwe mo ba dia mo report no mo mefa no nko fitan no abesi na obi ewuda oda hospital anizu chem obi ewuda wa wu ada fitan no amuma me amma fa body ni kwa bon oda muma betwa na ji mu report na wa mefa no nko na ye nyina ye man phone bia ya report sa vitale bia te still obi ama
say Greater Accra anasa Accra mayor right ebeche relief items enwa no betumi aye so honorable Erabna Obin enso beche relief items enwa no betumi aye say after Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia visit no on also the relief items akọ enwa no betumi aye because relief items ikra woji ikra no ochina insuo ne to ahefa na wo de befa say His Excellency John Dramani Mahama ebefa helicopter na ndie wa hwe Accra say insuo ne yiye no say na yiri ye esifa ye
an aerial tour of Accra to inspect the flooded areas. Unfortunately, the flooding has been very extensive today for several reasons. There's climate. If you look at the rainfall pattern from 2024, 2025, 2026, you see that increasingly every year we're getting more rain in Accra than we used to get. Accra is built between two natural bodies, the Kwapim Mountain Range and the Atlantic Ocean. And in those years, it was not a problem because Accra was a very small city. But as the population continues to increase and people continue to build, it restricts the path of the streams on their way to the Atlantic. So that's an engineering problem. We need to see how to open the channel so that the water can pass. But then there's also the other aspect, which is attitudinal and human behavior. That is dumping garbage in the drains. Even in the air, we discovered many illicit dumping sites where the wetlands are. People have gone to create a waste dumping ground, and they charge 20 cedis for the Bawumia to come and fill the waste into the wetlands. And when it has filled sufficiently, they sell the land to people to come and build on it. Anytime you begin to take action and you start breaking houses, people think that government is inhumane. But when the problem arises like this flood, it affects everybody. And so all of us have been affected because of the conduct of a few people blocking the channels and preventing the water from passing. And so we'll call a National Security Council meeting. We're asking every district to identify, together with the Works and Housing Ministry, where the blockages in the channels are as they pass through the district assemblies, so that we can earmark those places for removal. You see, they've even filled part of the waterway with garbage. Yes, sir. And then all these people who are built here, they're in the path. Yes, sir. Ultimately, the other solution will be to decongest Accra. And that's why we're planning that we move some of the city out. That is the major government departments, and then also create a new center of growth so that our people will start building outside Accra in a new city instead of everybody looking for some space in Accra to build. So, but that's a long-term solution. But I just want to express my sympathy with people who have lost property. Loss of property has been very extensive, and I want to thank the military, NADMO, the police, and the Hydro, Works and Housing Ministry, and all the emergency response team, 48th Engineers Regiment, for the rescue that they did. I've asked the Minister of Finance to release some money from the contingency fund so that we can do some post-flood relief for persons who have been affected.
After going through the tour, we realized two issues, one being engineering and the other being attitudinal. It tasked us as a ministry to ensure that the engineering part, we put our engineers together to ensure that the right thing is done. And also ensure that the good people of Ghana also do the right thing to ensure that at the end of the day, we'll be able to get the best for our good country, Ghana.
But let us change our attitude and let us find a permanent solution to this Accra flooding problem. We shouldn't become like the vulture who, anytime it is raining, he says as soon as it stops raining, he will repair his roof. And then as soon as it stops raining, he says, oh, it has stopped raining, so there's no need to repair the roof. This time should be different.
One opinion I agree with. Kwaw Kese no. I just saw Kwaw say His Excellency John Mahama aka say flood we enye an engineering problem. But then Kwaw Kese opinion or say I am so valid. Say engineering problem. Engineering betumi ama ya solve all these issues.
Yeah, we've been quiet for some time, but I think currently Nyoma Ekokosu Ghana. Sometimes Charlie say was weighing one kasa uti where you what I say. You know, because they affect we all. The floods and what they affect we all. What I say? Sure, Mr. President, I greet you, and Mr. President, you say Uganda had here. we love you. What they are there, we overlove you. There's a statement I will make it say the problems we have in Accra or in Ghana about the floods is not an engineering problem, Mr. President. The truth be said, there is a lot of engineering problems in the city concerning our gutters and our bridges. Maybe you haven't seen some of them, but me, I can give you an example. Example is the Klagon Bridge that they are doing right now. If anybody drives around that bridge, park and check. The contractor decided to use culverts to channel the water through the culvert instead of allowing the space of the water. Size you decided instead of saying obey a bridge, afa so na insuna fast easily and freely, Contractor you see culverts, then blocked some of the waterways so that they directed the water through culverts. Massa, if you see the weight of the water, would they culvert, would they block in our direction? That is not good engineering. That is bad engineering. So, Mr. President, that is one of that. Secondly, we have gutters that lead to nowhere. That is engineering problems. We have gutters that are and the gutter is there's no cover, uncover. So you need to heavier. Definitely gutter so. So we have a lot of engineering problems, Mr. President. I love you, but the truth be said, though people are building in waterways which we have to deal with, and though people are throwing stuff in gutters because they don't have our sanitation is poor. We don't have place to throw your things. So definitely you will find an option, which is a bad thing. But let's address these things all, and let's not take some out and factor our problems on just one channel. We also have engineering problems. Check our gutters in the cities. What I say, open gutters and gutter popochia. Then how do you expect the water to pass through freely? We have drainage systems. We have drainage problems. So let's address it all. When we say we want to break houses, you be bubu Accra because the whole Accra is a waterway. We use modern, strategies. Let's engineer our city well and, channel all the water through proper drainages. Ghana for bread, ubi a breast are then also be bubune dying. No. Engineering problem doesn't. We should address that. I love you guys all. I love you, Mr. President. And God bless Ghana.
Because tell me why Netherlands, Obia onim Netherlands biano. Enim say 1/3 of the country below sea level. In fact, Netherlands or mine ankasa no ensure asase ena omaino etimusano. And they've learned from series of events. One of them, 1953 storm happened. And from that time, and almost started implementing powdering, the dikes, the delta works, and they have engineered the country so well, so much that Samri, water is the least of our problems. They are living with water. Even a city like Venice, Venice air sinking any idea, right? Venice air learning from Netherlands. We implemented the most technology, cost them over billions of dollars. Recently, one of my friends say, hydrologist nibi, and so the new findings about more try say lift city no, try some lift city no. There's a city that is sinking every single year. Biano as a chrono by 1 or 2 meters more. Venice. But they are engineering the city such that city no bet me rise above insuno level no. And they are using all these places that I've mentioned are using engineers to solve their problems. These are problems that they are being faced with, and they are using engineers to solve it. We can also use our engineers to solve some of these problems, if not all of it, some of it. We demolish, we implement laws, we enforce these laws, make sure we arrest people who flout these laws, and also make sure that the engineers come up with solutions. And the solution, no, and you just say the 300 million Ghana cedis, to the 150 million, ebema, your friends or mama are affected by flood, no. Now face on the 150 million, no, I say, the mitigation measures, ebe go akwe say the flood, no, and affect ebium. That is not just the solution. The solution requires engineering. The solution requires law enforcement. The solution requires say be honest as a people. Na ye de no kre ama ye ho ni hu ne say baby aye si ye dan away enye. Na ye hu ne say baby aye to bola egui enye. Say ye ntumi edi no kre ama ye ho a we are never going to arrive at a solution.